Welcome to science class. Students, in the last period, you have seen about evolution, how evolution of the living organism takes place. Today you will see how different life processes takes place in the living organisms. Now here, at first you try to understand the meaning of life process. What do you mean by life process? Life process means respiration, digestion, excretion, blood circulation. Students, hear carefully. All these above processes are going on in your body continuously. Continuously means 24 hours they are going on. Now how they are going on, how energy is required for all these processes, that you will see in this chapter. Listen carefully. These processes do not happen without energy in our body. Means there should be energy in your body. Students, you have your meal daily. Through that meal, what you get? You will say you get energy from that meal. You get energy from that food. Now here in this lesson, you will see which are the different nutrients which are essential for the human body. Different types of the nutrients which are essential for the body, they are vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Now from where do you get all these? It should be clear to you. Listen carefully. Vitamins means there are near about 4 types of the vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D. 5 types are there. Vitamin E also. Minerals means different types of the minerals like iron, calcium. They are essential for the body growth. We get carbohydrates from wheat, rice, jawar, milk and different types of the vegetables. Means carbohydrates are very necessary for the growth of the body. Then fats. Fats means all types of the oily substances that are nothing but the fats. And the proteins. We get the proteins from cereals. All these nutrients, they are very essential for the growth of the body. If you do not have these nutrients in your body, in your diet, what will happen? The growth of your body will be affected. There can be different types of the diseases in your body also. So you listen carefully. You should take food daily, and that food should be as a balanced diet. Means it should be in proportion. What do you mean by balanced diet? If you are taking all these things, that means you are taking carbohydrates daily, fats, then proteins, all types of the nutrients should be taken in the proper percent or in the proper way. And when the different nutrients are taken in the proper way, that is known as balanced diet. We always say that our diet should be balanced. Means what? That means you should eat all types of the foods from which you get different nutrients. Then next process is importance of the digestive juices. Listen carefully. There are the different types of the digestive juices in our body. and they are very useful for digestion. Students, listen carefully. When we eat something, there are the different types of the juices which get mixed with that food, and the digestion of the food takes place. Then excretion. Excretion means the part of the food that you have taken. Some part get digested, and if some part gets undigested, that undigested part is given out of our body, and when that part is given out of the body, that process is known as excretion. Now you are eating balanced diet, you are taking balanced diet, you are eating all food, but how you get energy from this? That is the question before you. How you get energy? Means if you are eating food, what is the conversion of that food into the different constituents, and how you get the energy from that? That you will see in this chapter. Now when you take the food or when you eat food, the energy is produced from that food. That means that food is converted into ATP. Now listen carefully, what is ATP or what is the long form of the ATP? ATP means adenosine triphosphate. That is one compound that is formed in your body after the digestion of the food. When the food is digested, that digested food is converted into adenosine triphosphate. That is one compound inside our body, and that gives you energy. Means when you are eating something, it is very necessary to convert that substance or convert that food into ATP, and all these processes are going on in our body continuously, and you are getting energy from all these nutrients. Now how these life processes are controlled? Main question. These life processes are controlled by different types of the organs in our body. If these organs are functioning properly, that means all the processes will take place properly one by one. That means respiration, digestion, excretion, blood circulation. For that purpose, all the organs of our body should run or should function in a proper manner. That means your body should be physically fit. If you are physically fit, all the processes will go on regularly and you will get energy from it. Now another part of this lesson that today we are going to learn, that is how energy is produced and what is the conversion of the food that you have taken inside your body. That is the main part in this lesson. Students, you will clear this part or learn this part with the help of this chart. This chart is given in the book also. You can refer this chart from the book also. It will be more clear to you, but I am just giving you information about this. Students, we eat lipids, we eat carbohydrates, we eat proteins. Means in your diet there are lipids, there are carbohydrates, or there are proteins. So what happens when you take lipids? These lipids are converted into fatty acids, and these proteins are converted into amino acids. Listen carefully. Lipids are converted into fatty acids, proteins are converted into amino acids, and carbohydrates are converted into pyruvic acid after glycolysis. Means these foods are converted into different types of acids, and these acids again converted into acetyl coenzyme, and this acetyl coenzyme is again, there is a function of the Krebs cycle, and the Krebs cycle with the help of the mitochondria this food is converted into ATP. This is the long process of the food, that is conversion of the food into ATP. That is the total process. That means that food is converted finally into ATP, carbon dioxide, water and energy, and at the last stage we get energy. Listen carefully. This is a very complex process that takes place inside our body. This is not simple process. This process required too much time also. But all these food materials, they are converted into acids. Acids are converted into acetyl coenzyme. Then with the help of the mitochondria, that is converted into ATP, and we get energy from this food. So listen carefully, students, from this lesson. Now importance of the balanced diet is very clear to you. That means the food that you are eating, that food should be balanced diet. Means the meal that you are taking, that meal should be balanced diet. Means your diet should contain all types of the things, or all types of the substances, all types of the food in your diet, so that you get energy from it. Means there should be lipids in your diet, there should be carbohydrate, there should be proteins also, and all this food material will give you energy. So from this content, it is clear to you that there is too much importance of the balanced diet in our life. Now third part, that you will see how respiration takes place. Third part in this lesson, today's period. Now process of respiration, you learn this process or this concept in 7th class also, in 8th class also, and in 9th class also. Now the definition that you are told by your teacher, it is told very simple manner, that you take oxygen inside our body and we give out carbon dioxide from our body. This is very simple definition of respiration. But now you are in the 10th class. So you should define the respiration more properly. What is the concept of respiration? That is given in the 10th class. The concept of respiration means you only take oxygen inside. That is not complete definition. Complete definition is that with that oxygen, with the help of that oxygen, the food that you have taken, that food is digested and that food is converted into energy. That is the definition of respiration. Means respiration is the very important process in your human body for the generation of the energy. You will not get energy. If you do not take oxygen inside your body, you will not get energy. So for that purpose you are told that in the morning you should have walk daily for the 15 or 20 minutes. What is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is that when you get outside in the morning, in that time you get more oxygen in the atmosphere, and that oxygen is absorbed by your body, and that oxygen is essential for getting more energy. Means the person who wake up early in the morning and get outside for half an hour, for 1 hour, the whole day, for the whole day he get energy to complete his work. That is the main reason of this. So this is very good habit that you should have outside walk daily in the morning so that you get oxygen. Now the process of respiration, how process of respiration takes place, you will see it with the help of this diagram. This diagram is given in the book more clearly. You can see that diagram in the book also. It will be clear to you. The process of respiration starts from the nose. What you do? You take oxygen or air from your nose. Now from the nose, where it goes? There are the two parts inside the mouth. Listen carefully. There are the two parts inside the mouth. One part is pharynx and second part is larynx. Now here you see carefully. This part, there is a windpipe and there is also food pipe near to each other. There can be possibility of going the food from food pipe to windpipe, but this does not happen because there is always one lead. There is one lead there. In the human body, there is a lead given there so that the food from the food pipe do not enter windpipe. Food from the food pipe do not enter windpipe. This is the structure of pharynx. Then second part is larynx. Now larynx is related with vocal cord or the sound system of our body. Means in larynx, different types of the sounds are given out of our mouth. That part is larynx, that is related with vocal cord. Means different types of the sounds, they are given out with the help of the larynx. Then there is a part trachea. Now this trachea, this part, that is trachea, is also known as windpipe, and this windpipe is 4 inch, near about 4 inch in the length, and that part is known as trachea. Now this trachea, what happens when this trachea enters the two parts of the lungs? This is left part, this is right part. One part goes into right part of the lung and one part goes into the left part of the lung. These are the two parts of the lung. This is the left part, this is the right part. Now what happens? There are bronchioles. Listen carefully because there are the different parts in this, and you should study each and every part with their function. What is the function? Now what is the function of the bronchioles? Bronchioles means the further branches of your trachea. Means this trachea, that is reaching the left part of your lung, and in this left part there are the further branches. These are the further branches that you are seeing here, and these further branches are known as bronchioles. Listen carefully. Then there is the another part that is known as alveoli. Now what is alveoli? Alveoli are the many small compartments which form the lungs, part of the lungs. This alveoli is nothing but part of the lung. Part of the lung means alveoli. Next part is diaphragm. Now what is the main function of this diaphragm? Main function is that this part decreases the pressure on this part. Pressure of the air on this part is decreased due to diaphragm. Now what happens? When the pressure will decrease, that air will be taken out from the nose. You can see here, when you take air inside your nose, and when that air reaches diaphragm, and then what happens? There is decrease in the pressure, and due to the decrease in the pressure, that air again goes in your nose, and from that nose that air get out, and your lungs are double layered. Lungs are always double layered. Now this is the complete structure of your respiratory system. I think now it is clear to you how it is necessary to know the different organs of respiratory system, or how respiration is very important in our body. Respiration is a very important process in our body, and one thing I will tell you, you should take always air or the oxygen through the nose only. Listen carefully. What is the reason? You should know this. Why you take the air through nose only? Because in nose there are hairs. You can see it. There are hairs in your nose, and due to that hair, what happens? That air is filtered. And what happens after filtration? You get clear air from that. And so you should always take air through the nose, not from the mouth. Sometimes you take air from the mouth. That is very wrong. Because you should take air always with the nose, so that that air goes into the other parts, and that air get filtered there, and after filtration that oxygenated air get the different types of the organ that is transferred to different types of the organs. The students, I think in this period you have seen about different types of the life processes. Now the questions which are given below the exercise, now you at first read the lesson at home, and then answer the given question. Now I finish my lesson here.